Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Jesuit High School in beautiful Portland, Oregon, as tonight we get ready to bring you the Roseburg boys basketball team in the first round of the Class 6A OSAA On Point Community Credit Union State Playoffs. Basketball postseason action for you coming up tonight here on The Score. The Roseburg boys back in the postseason for a second consecutive year, but on the other side, they've got a team with a lot of banners in the rafters. The Jesuit Crusaders have been in the postseason 26 consecutive years, and they look to try and keep their postseason going just like Roseburg does tonight. The Tribe looking to win their first game in the postseason in a decade. Should be a good one tonight between the number 16 seed Jesuit Crusaders and the number 17 seed Roseburg Indians. Good evening, everybody. I'm Joey Kieran. It's great to have you with us for tonight's broadcast of Roseburg High Sports here on The Score. I want to remind everybody that tonight's game is also streaming with video online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score to find our broadcast there. You can follow the action with us for free. Also hit the subscribe button to make sure you follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the school year. Tonight, a big one here, win or go home for these two programs. The Jesuit Crusaders coming in as the Metro League champions, one of three champions in the Metro League this year, finishing at 9-3 in league play, 15-9 overall. On the other side, the Roseburg boys in a three-way tie for second place in the Southwest Conference. Via the tiebreaker, they end up as your number 2 team this year, finishing with a 16-8 overall record and 6-6 in conference play. Both teams looking to put a disappointing loss to end the regular season behind them. We'll see which team's able to do that here tonight from Jesuit High School as we get ready for tip-off. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys as we count down to tip-off. This is Roseburg High basketball in the postseason. Our postseason coverage is brought to you by Top It Express. Pizza, wraps, salads, breakfast, and more. Walk up, drive up, or order online. Try Top It Express, now open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. across from Roseburg High, next to Dutch Bros. Visit topitexpress.com to check out their menu. Back after a 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Back here with more of our pregame on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Tonight, we begin the postseason for a second straight year. Roseburg has made its way to the first round of the state playoffs in this season as we get things started in a better spot than where we were last year. Not going up against the number one team. Joining me is head coach Jordan Humphreys. Coach, the progression of this program, and this is where you guys want to be in the postseason regularly, back-to-back years, improving on your seeding in the playoffs. How proud of you of just what this team's been able to accomplish over the last couple of years?
Extremely proud. From seeing where these guys were as freshmen and, not having much size is the one thing everybody always says. And just the fact, I've seen it since they were freshmen, but other people are starting to see it, how hard they play all the time, how much heart they have. They play bigger than they are, all those things. And just getting guys to buy into playing hard all the time, and how simple it sounds, but how hard it is to do, because every other team in the state can do it, but not every team, even the teams we play in league, they don't play hard all the time, and I feel like these guys have really committed to buying into that, and it makes a difference.
We wrapped up a league play in the regular season on Friday last week, and so you guys have had a little bit of time to kind of put the regular season behind you, all the fun of what that was, and start getting yourself ready for this postseason. How do you feel like the team has been doing over the last couple of days of kind of either building and sustaining some momentum and energy versus also nerves and everything else that comes along with win or go home time of the year?
Well, to start with, we talked about early on, our goal was to get a home playoff game, and we put ourselves in a really good position to do that, and just kind of fell up short with some of the games we lost down the stretch, and that was kind of hard on the guys. They definitely feel like they hurt themselves and didn't reach a goal that they had, and so we had to talk about, hey, you know what, we didn't reach that goal, but we got really close, and really right now it doesn't matter. This is kind of the third part of the season. There's preseason, season, and then postseason, and what we've done up to now doesn't matter, right? It's that 1-0 mentality, but now we got to get refocused, and okay, we didn't reach our goal, but you know what, we had another goal, which is to win a playoff game, and it may not be at home, but it can be on the road and still make one step further than we made it last year. So getting them refocused on that and trying to get them over being a little bit disappointed of not getting a home playoff game. They would definitely wanted to have that for the fans and for the community. But that's okay. We can still move on and still win a playoff game.
Yeah. Looking at the matchup, you guys get Jesuit here, and you walk into this gym, and it's easy to understand the success that this school's had in athletics. And we talked a little bit about that during the season. At places like South Medford, where it's a program that's got a winning tradition down there, and we saw when we went down there that was something that kind of caught up to you guys. What have the conversations been around playing on the road at a place like Jesuit High School?
We definitely talked about, hey, when you walk in, there's going to be trophy cases all over the place. There's going to be banners that fill the gym. And you know what? All of that is past success, and it doesn't really mean anything. All it is a bit of an intimidation factor, right? It's like in Hoosiers when they go and they measure the hoop and how it's still 10 feet, free throw line is still same distance, and, everything's still the same. It's just we're playing in a place that has a lot of years of culture and a lot of years of success, and so making sure we don't let that off factor affect how we play and how we are still comparable and can play with this team.
Yeah. How do you feel about the matchup tonight? And obviously, we've seen what you guys have been able to do throughout the season. We kind of know the style you want to play. How do you feel like what you guys do matches up against what Jesuit's going to try to do tonight?
It happens to be a fortunate matchup where they still, they don't have a huge big guy that's gonna control the game, which it would definitely be something that could hurt us, and they don't have that. They definitely have some size on the perimeter guys. They got some 6'4", 6'5" guards that are solid and athletic, but they're not going to try to pound it inside where we have a disadvantage. So that's definitely something that's going to be nice. They like to play with pace. They can play up and down. They play solid defense. They play, obviously, disciplined, very disciplined. You know, it's a Gene Potter team, and that's the way they play. So definitely got good athletes. Definitely got guys that can play. But you know what? So do we. That's why we're where we're at. We got guys that can play, and we got guys that can play defense. And so I think it's a pretty good matchup.
All right, Coach. We look forward to it out there tonight. Thanks so much for the time.
I know we got a lot of fans at home watching. Got a few Joe Lane middle school teams that are stopping practice to sit down and have a watch party together and have some pizza and drinks. So I want to thank Coach Randall and Coach Jackson for having their team sit down and watch us for the future of Roseburg basketball.
All right, we look forward to seeing those guys in the future at some point. But thanks for everybody tuning in and joining us. And Coach, it's been a fun season. Hope to see it last a little bit longer for us.
Sounds good. Thanks, Joey.
That is Coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here in the pregame show. We'll come back and take a look at the matchup when we return after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Mountain Mike's. Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Back here at Jesuit High School, getting ready to go. Roseburg coming in at 16-8, 6-6 in Southwest Conference play, the number 17 seed in the postseason bracket. Jesuit, the number 16 seed, voted number 9 in the final OSAA coaches poll. The Crusaders at 15-9, 9-3 in the Metro League. Both teams coming off of a loss in their final game. For Jesuit, it was a 63-55 loss at Beaverton. For Roseburg, a 65-53 loss at Sheldon. We'll take our final 2-minute break and come back with starting lineups here on the Score.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
6 feet even, the senior, number 24, Hunter Fullerton. The Indians are coached.
Well, it's just about tip-off time. Roseburg starting lineup being announced down on the floor by head coach Jordan Humphreys. His starting five will include Micah Mendoza, the junior guard. He will start tonight, averaging 20.3 points per game. Along with him, a senior Carter Stedman, a 5'9" guard. Jace Wilder, the senior guard at 6'2", along with senior guard 5'11" Boston Williams, a returning all-conference selection, along with Micah Mendoza, the two all-conference selections from last year. Still waiting on this year's selections, which will be coming out shortly. The final starter is Hunter Fullerton, the senior guard at 6 feet tall. On the other side for Jesuit, for the Crusaders, starting tonight, a senior guard at 6'1", Isaiah Crane, an all-league selection this year for the Crusaders, along with Peyton Roth, a senior post at 6'4". Another all-league selection in senior wing, 6'4", Cade Collins, a 6'2" senior wing, Henry Smith, and then the third all-league selection this year for the Crusaders, a junior wing at 6'5", Nico Rafalovic. That is a look at your starting lineups as we get ready for tonight's matchup. Roseburg in the road blacks, and the home white is Jesuit. In the middle, you'll have Micah Mendoza jumping against Peyton Roth. We'll get ready to go. And the opening tip is won by Roseburg into the hands of Hunter Fullerton, and Roseburg will bring it up the floor, left to right on your radio dial. On the right side with it, Williams to the top to Wilder. Wilder dribbles with the right hand, gets it to the wing to Hunter Fullerton. Fullerton looking for the cutter, not there. As we get things started here from Jesuit High School. Not as packed as I was expecting for a playoff game. Boston Williams out to the top. A little reset as they get it to Mendoza out near the midcourt stripe. To the right side for Fullerton. Opening possession, 30 seconds away in tonight's ball game. Driving left side from the elbow. Pull up for Fullerton. No. Rebound pulled in by Stedman. He'll go up. Drew some contact. He doesn't get it to fall, but Roseburg will get a third look as Jace Wilder will pull in the offensive board. Stedman comes out to get it at the top. To the right wing. Wilder looking underneath. No one there for him. He'll dribble to the top. Third attempt here on the opening possession. 1 minute away. Mendoza, the three off the right iron. No. Wilder tracks down another one, and Roseburg has had the possession, but now turn it over, and it's taken away by Jesuit. Up the floor comes Isaiah Crane, coming off of 15 points in his last game. To the right side, a three will rattle through for Cade Collins. And on the board first is Jesuit. Roseburg had their opportunities, couldn't cash in. It's 3-0, 6:38 to play here in the opening period. Cutting to the hoop, Boston Williams tries to back his way in. Will fade away. Too strong. Rebound on the weak side pulled in by Crane. Up the floor for the Crusaders. At the baseline, lost the handle. Cade Collins turns it back over to Roseburg. Opening period of this playoff game. Last year, Jesuit winning a first-round game against Sherwood before getting knocked out of the postseason against Wesleyan. A three from the left side, high, lofted up the floor. It's a jump ball. Pass to the left side as Jesuit keeps the possession. Roth tries to dribble to the baseline, hands it off in the corner. Another three by Collins. And we found their three-point shooter early. A couple of threes early for Jesuit. They lead 6-0. 5:58 to go in the first. Right side, Boston out beyond the perimeter by a couple of feet. Will take the dribble with the left hand over to Wilder on the wing. Left side trying to work here against Roth. Kicks back out to the top. Slicing a pass into the middle for Stedman. He'll get it to Williams and back out to Fullerton to reset here for Roseburg. On the right wing, Williams looking for the cutter. Mendoza marked closely by Rafalovic. Wilder holds on the left wing. Quiet gym for a playoff. I'm a little surprised. Pass to the elbow from the right side. Fullerton shot, doesn't want to fall, and Roseburg, a cold start to the ball game. Have had opportunities, haven't been able to get one to fall. 5:17 to go. Right side, Crane, a wide open look at a three, and that one was nothing but the bottom of the net. 3 threes to start out the ball game for Jesuit, and they are on a roll here early. Roseburg digging themselves a deficit to climb back from. They can do it with some three-point shots. Mendoza, a couple of crossovers, wants to back his way in. Defender fell down. Micah bullies his way to the rim and will finish to get Roseburg on the board here at 4:54 to go in the first quarter. Another three from the right side. Henry Smith knocks that one down, and Jesuit is out to a hot start as they have gotten 4 3-pointers and lead by 10. We'll take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
First quarter action from Jesuit High School, 12-2. The Crusaders out after making 4 straight threes to start off the ball game. Hunter Fullerton driving out of the timeout by Roseburg. Back out to him at the top. Roseburg needing to get some of these shots to drop. They have been close, but haven't been able to see much go in. Mendoza will launch another three. That one well off the mark, short. Pulled down underneath by Crane. Crane will bring it up for the Crusaders. Puts it into another gear, and he gets called for the offensive. Our first whistle in tonight's ball game. Player control foul on Isaiah Crane, the senior all-league selection. At one point, I think back in January, was marked down as a 16.9% or 16.9 average for his scoring. Into the front court comes Mendoza on the left side, working one-on-one against Rafalovic. Out to Fullerton. He'll launch it. That one way off the mark again. And Roseburg just hasn't dialed it in this one tonight. Rafalovic on the right side. He'll take off and run. His defender ends up on the ground. He pulls up for the baseline jumper. And Rafalovic makes it a 12-point ball game, 14-2. Roseburg got to get through these early nerves. 3:44 to go. Williams, head fake left, goes right. Lost the defender for a moment. Gets it to Wilder. Stop at the free throw line. Fullerton's not going to stop shooting. That one off the mark again, though. And the rebound underneath by Crane. Crane brings it across the timeline with the right hand, drives right of the key, floats it up and gets it to drop over the front of the iron. And right now, Jesuit with all the momentum, leading by 14, 16-2, 3:20 to go first quarter. Stedman between the circles, bounce it left elbow. Fullerton tries to take it himself, will back it out. Hands it off to Wilder, works to the left corner, back out to Fullerton. Pass across the floor. Defense almost took it away. Boston Williams tries to drive. Got off balance. Couldn't get enough on it to get it off the glass. Up the floor. Into the game is Deshaun Gaston. Out to the right side. A three. Finally a miss by Jesuit as Cade Collins off the mark. Rebound down to Mendoza. He'll race it up the floor. Fake left. Goes right. Puts it off the glass. And right now it's Micah Mendoza and nothing else for Roseburg. He's got the only 2 buckets. 16-4. Roseburg needs a run. Crane, left side, working against Stedman to the top of the arc. Goes opposite of a screen, gets in the middle, puts up a runner. No, Mendoza with the rebound. Roseburg a couple of back-to-back stops. We'll look to see if they can cut into the double-digit deficit. Mendoza goes left side. Had Rafalovic on him. And again, Micah Mendoza starting to take over in this one. Gets it back to a 10-point deficit, 16-6. 2:15 to play in the first period. Crane on the right side, the senior, will get a foul called against Carter Stedman. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. And Roseburg Sports here on the score, brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Owen Bentia will check into the game, and so does Mark Oha. Boston Williams and Carter Stedman both getting a breather. And a new player in for Jesuit. I believe Oh, we'll get it all squared away here. A three from the right side. That one's buried. Henry Smith gets another three. 19-13. On the left side, Owen Bentia with it. Out to Jace Wilder for a three. Back iron. Nobody underneath for Roseburg. Easy rebound for the Crusaders. To Gaston, brings it up the floor. Pass it away left side into the corner. Crane's going to launch a three. That one's short. Underneath, it's Bentia with the board. Owen will race it up the floor. And he travels as he gets into the front court. So it'll be back into the hands of the Crusaders. And a timeout taken by Roseburg. We'll go ahead and take it as well. Let's get a 30-second break in. This is Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
From a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
As the title sponsor of the OSAA State Championships, On Point does everything it can to help our team and community get ahead. On Point delivers the local banking and lending its members need to reach their goals and make more possible. Visit On Point at onpointcu.com. On Point, federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity. I want to say thanks to our postseason sponsor, Top It Express. They're at by Roseburg High, open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. till 8 p.m. Pizzas, wraps, salads, breakfast, and more. Check them out at topitexpress.com. Underneath, wide open with the left hand. Patrick Kelly into the game for Jesuit. Will make it 21-16, a 15-point lead for the Crusaders. As they've been up throughout this one. Roseburg a cold shooting start. It's been Micah Mendoza who gets stripped of the basketball but draws a whistle. Isaiah Crane going to pick up his second here early on in this one. So they'll get a substitution in for Crane. Owen Davies will check in, a senior guard at 5'8". One of the top players for the Crusaders has to go to the bench. Roseburg looking to try and maybe take advantage here. Pass to Mendoza. Got to get some other guys involved. Mendoza obviously can take over a game, but needs to have some help with his teammates. Wilder out to the top to Fullerton, as they'll set up the half court with 45 seconds to go in the first period. Handed off to Mendoza. Back pass to Fullerton. Head fake. Drives to the left elbow. Back out to Bentia. He'll drive himself. In the lane. His pass stolen away. Jesuit with the takeaway. Davies has it. 32 seconds to go here in the first. Driving the right side. Ball knocked out of the hands. A foul or out of bounds. They'll blow a whistle for the foul. An extra shove, I think, there at the last second. And the foul goes on Mendoza for his first, second on Roseburg. Jace Wilder will head to the bench as Asher Friedenberg comes in. Inbound from the baseline for the Crusaders with 27.8. Got to get it in. They will get it to Gaston in the right corner. He draws it out. Out at the top, Gaston. Right-hand dribble, he wears down the clock. Again, something that won't be able to really happen next year, although they might have had this here with less than 30 seconds on the clock. There might have been no shot clock, which will be a thing next year. Davies in the corner, drives baseline jumper, knocks it down. Off the bench, Davies contributes, makes it 23-6. And at the end of the first quarter, Jesuit in control. Roseburg will look to see if they can get rid of the nerves and force a comeback coming up. We'll take a 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Second quarter action, Roseburg down 23-6, trying to spark a comeback here. Got to get some shots to drop as the ball dribbled out of bounds by Cade Collins. The senior had 2 threes in the first quarter. So did Henry Smith. They're the leading scorers for Jesuit with 6 points apiece. 6 points for Micah Mendoza. He's the only scorer for Roseburg. He'll try to spin through. They get a jump ball, and the possession arrow will give the ball back to Roseburg. 17-point lead here at the start of the second quarter for Jesuit. They've led all the way so far. Bentia gets it left of the key. Bounce it or pass away into the corner. Oha gets it, drives, pulls up for the jumper from the free throw line. No. Rebound, tried to save it back in. Stepping on the baseline is Peyton Roth, and Roseburg will get it again. Shots just not wanting to fall here in the first half for the Tribe. They've had plenty of opportunities. Shooting percentage has got to be pretty low. Mendoza will get it. He's finished at the rim for all of his shots so far. Roseburg, the jumper's just not wanting to go. Hand off to Oha to the free throw line. Hesitation out to Vredenberg. Mendoza going to try to take over. Drives to the free throw line. Pass tipped out, and it'll stay with Roseburg. Getting a deflection, Henry Smith. Here at Jesuit High School, where banners hang all over the place. 26 straight seasons in the postseason for Jesuit. 7 state titles in that time. Out at the top, Oha, double team. He gets it to Vredenberg, loose ball, and fight for it, still on the ground, and it stays with Roseburg. As on the ground, it's Peyton Roth who hits the sideline. Inbound in front of the Jesuit bench for Mark Oha. 6:52 here in the second quarter. Oha into Williams, over to Mendoza. Working against Gaston. Gaston picks the pocket. Tried to go with the crossover. Gaston up the floor, bumped by Mendoza, who will pick up his second here in the first half. 6:45 to go. Micah Mendoza with 2. Roseburg with 3 team fouls so far in this one. 2 on the other side for Jesuit. So far, Mendoza will stay in the game. Out at the top, Davies. Pass away left side. Collins, straightaway 3, well off the mark. Rebound tipped around, and it's Roth that gets the rebound. Second look for the Crusaders. Back to Roth. On the left side, Gaston from the wing, a 3. Too long underneath. Fight for the rebound. Saved back in by Smith. And another look for the Crusaders. Step back jumper from the baseline. No. And Bentia gets the rebound after the miss by Smith. Bentia will bring it up the floor, racing into the front court, crossover, back to his right, looks to try and get to the rim. Wanted to hand it off to Mendoza, ill-advised with the defense all over him. Bring it up the floor, Collins to the left wing, back out to the top. Smith gets it back to Collins. Cutting to the rim now, Davies. Oha tried to draw a charge. Jumper off the mark. Roth underneath, got the rebound. It got tipped out of his hands. He finds it back out to the top, a 3. Off the left iron, no. And Williams down with the rebound after the miss by Smith. Up to Oha. Roseburg trying to press the tempo. Catch and shoot 3 for Bentia. Got it! And that's what Roseburg needs to start seeing happen. 23-9. Down to a 14-point deficit. Roseburg needs a run to try and get it down to single digits. Left side, Gaston gets it to Collins. Collins looking underneath from the left wing. Pass to the elbow. Gets it right back from Roth. The pick and roll not there. Back out. Collins working against Mendoza. Pass all the way across the floor into the corner of 3. No, underneath. Roth gets called for the foul over the back. And Roth will pick up his first. And some shots not falling now for Jesuit, helping Roseburg stay in this one and not get boat raced too early. Micah Mendoza will get a breather with his 2 fouls. Carter Stedman and Jace Wilder back into the game. Vredenberg gets a breather. And Roseburg looking to get some momentum going. Stedman brings it up the floor to Wilder. Fullerton gets it right wing. Enters it down to Stedman, back out. Fullerton, right side three, off the glass. No, it just touched the glass and comes down into the hands of Jesuit. Pushing it up the floor, weaving through traffic. Rafalovic, they find the corner. Open three for Collins. Off the front iron, no. Underneath, Bentia fighting with Roth. Couldn't get the rebound. Back out, Rafalovic a three. That's too strong. And skying for the rebound, Collins. He'll go up with the left hand, and he lays it in. 25-9, 4:35 to go. Left side, Boston Williams. Like to see him hit some shots. Out to the senior, Jace Wilder. To the left side, Coach Humphreys hollering from the sideline. They want to try and see if they can post up Stedman. It's not quite there. Fullerton will get it out on the left side. He'll drive. Hands off to Bentia. Cuts in the lane, back out. Fullerton, cross over to his left at the right elbow, picks it up, and back out to the top. Stedman driving right side, things open up, whips a pass baseline into the corner for Williams. Williams got some space, gets it to Bentia on the left side, and he brings it back out. 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter of this playoff matchup. With the left hand, driving, Fullerton off the glass, got tied up a bit, but he can't get it to fall. Up the floor quickly for Jesuit, and on the right side, Rafalovic gets his second field goal. 27-9, up the floor, Jace Wilder with the right hand, can't finish. 3:38, up the floor now to Rafalovic. On the other side, he launches a three, too long. Underneath, Stedman couldn't get the rebound, saved out to the top by Crane, and Jesuit another look. Leading this one by 18, their largest lead of the ball game. A deep three, nothing but net. That's Cade Collins, his third three in the ball game, and it's 30-19. Roseburg's got to get some offense going. It has been there, the opportunities. They just haven't been able to finish. Williams drives in the lane, got some contact. His shot blocked, and it's Roth that comes away with it. Gets it to Crane. He sprints up the floor, puts on the afterburners. Will get it back as he passes it away. Into the lane. Goes right to the rim, but he's just a bit short. The rebound off the left iron. Wilder up to Fullerton. Out to the top, Boston Williams gets it to Jace. He felt the defense coming from the backside. Pass into the corner. Out to the top, Bentia will launch the three. That one rims out. Underneath, Roth pulls it in. 2:36 to go here in the first half. A three left side, Collins off the mark. Stedman there for the rebound. One look there for the Jesuit Crusaders, leading 30-9 here in the first half. Lob into the corner for Williams. Back out to Fullerton. He'll launch a deep three. That one off the mark. Saving it back in. Loose ball underneath Roth. He will get it to Crane, and Jesuit gets it back. Up the floor. Rafalovic, right side against Fullerton. Launch across the floor. Touch pass into the corner. Collins another three off the side of the backboard. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Jesuit hasn't necessarily been completely clean. They definitely hit a lot of shots to start out the ball game, but they have been missing quite a few here lately. Roseburg just has been equally as cold. Driving in, Stedman will get the bucket. Carter Stedman gets Roseburg to double digits as he gets his first points. And a timeout taken by Jesuit. Let's use the 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deer style, efficiency, and performance. Glad we're on the same team this season and every season. Let's keep huddling up and going for it. Toyota, let's go places. 1:37 to go here in the first half of tonight's playoff matchup between Roseburg and Jesuit. Cold start for the Tribe. Maybe some nerves to shake here in the first half. Looking to see if they can cut down this deficit, trailing 30-11. They trailed by as many as 21. Davies to Gaston. Jesuit with the basketball out of their first time out of the ball game. At the top, pass left side by Smith. At the top, Rafalovic lost the handle on it. It is Roseburg basketball. He just lost that one. That didn't get tipped out of his hands. So Roseburg basketball with 1:15 to play here in the first half. Vredenberg, Stedman, Fullerton, Bentia, and Mendoza on the floor. Micah gets it down in the mid-blocks. Pass across the floor to Vredenberg. He uses the afterburners and will get to the rim to finish. 30-13. 58 seconds. Roseburg pressing in the backcourt. Gaston will work it across the timeline. Lobs to the far side. With it, Smith thought about the three, doesn't take it. And Jesuit will hold, looking to try and get the final shot of the first half. Mendoza gets close on Rafalovic. He'll hand it off. Smith out to the top. Shuffle of the feet there by Davies. Pass away. On the right side, Rafalovic holding. Now the count begins as Mendoza closes. Rafalovic, double team, pass it away. Gaston on the left side. 20 seconds to go in the first half. Davies comes to get it at the top. Right now, Jesuit just playing keep away, looking to get the final shot. On the left side, Gaston hands it off. Rafalovic, they try to trap out near midcourt. He lobs it across the floor. Out to a three on the right side, off the mark. Trying to chase it down, couldn't save it in. Off of Rafalovic after the miss by by Smith. Roseburg basketball with 1.3 on the clock. Stedman heaves it down the floor, and it's off the mark as we go to the halftime break. Our score 30-13. Jesuit in front. They have held Roseburg in check so far. Just 7 points in the second quarter, though, for the Crusaders. Roseburg matches that. And as we go to the halftime break, Roseburg will need a big second half, but maybe not quite out of reach just yet. We'll take a 60, make that a 2-minute timeout, and we come back with the halftime show here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Halftime from Jesuit High School here in the first round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 6A Boys Basketball State Championship. Right now, Roseburg trailing 30-13 as we head to this halftime break. Roseburg trailed by as many as 21. They'll look to see if they can get the offense going as they will flip to the other side of the hoop coming up in the second half. It was 23-6 at the end of the first quarter. Jesuit hit their first 4 3-point shots. They started out with a 12-0 lead in that one. Roseburg finally got their first bucket of the game with 4:54 to go in the first quarter. Micah Mendoza hitting a lay-in. Mendoza had all 6 of Roseburg's points in the first quarter. In the second quarter, though, Roseburg able to up the defense here, and Jesuit started to miss a few shots, and Roseburg was able to stay even with the Crusaders in the second quarter, both teams scoring 7 points. We'll see if Roseburg, though, can get a little bit more action going with the offense coming up after the halftime break. Tonight's game brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. And by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. It is a state playoff game here from Jesuit High School as Roseburg trailing at halftime 30-13. For over 45 years, Pacific Office Automation has remained locally owned and operated, supporting the community and people and places that matter. That's why Pacific Office Automation continues to sponsor the OSAA year after year. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved. We'll go ahead and take another 2-minute timeout here during the halftime break. When we'll come back, we will take a look at individual scoring from the first half of this one. Roseburg down 30-13 at the break. This is Roseburg High Sports, streaming online at 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
At the break, it is 30-13 right now, Jesuit leading Roseburg. As we take a look at the first half statistics, before we get to that, I want to say thanks to Toppet Express, our playoff presenting sponsor. Pizzas, wraps, salads, breakfast, and more. Walk up, drive up, or order online. Try Toppet Express. Now open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. till 8 p.m. across from Roseburg High next to Dutch Bros. Visit ToppetExpress.com to check out their menu. First half scoring for Roseburg, the visiting team. Leading the way with 6 is Micah Mendoza. Then you've got Asher Friedenberg with 2 and Owen Bentia with 3. Also Carter Stedman with 2 in the first half. On the other side for Jesuit, only player in double figures so far, Cade Collins with 11. Then you've got Isaiah Crane with 5. 6 points for Henry Smith. 4 for Nico Rafalovich. 2 for Patrick Kelly. And 2 for Owen Davies. Also in action from the Umpqua Basin tonight, the North Douglas girls in the quarterfinals of the they currently lead against Rogue Valley Adventist Academy 3-2 as they near the midway point of the first quarter. Slow start for both the teams going on there. Well, tonight, covering this OSAA playoff game, and we want to say thanks to On Point Community Credit Union, a proud sponsor of the OSAA State Championships. On Point is Oregon's largest locally headquartered credit union, serving more than 503,000 members. Visit onpointcu.com. That's onpointcu.com. On Point, federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity. Tonight's ball game also locally brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Just about to get ready for the second half here. And we want to remind you to stick around for the postgame show when we will name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Pizza the way it ought to be. Stop by to fill up after home games, or you can come by and watch the live stream there at Mountain Mike's. Anybody there watching it today, hello. I don't know if they put the volume on or not, but if you're watching at Mountain Mike's, thanks for tuning in and stopping by, one of our many generous sponsors of high school sports here on The Score. Coming up tomorrow, we're trying to give you as much postseason coverage as possible. Tomorrow, we will have coverage of the North Douglas boys basketball team in the quarterfinal matchup against Adrian from Baker City. We'll be taking a feed from the OSA for that one. So tune in tomorrow at 3 o'clock. The pregame show starts at 3:10 here on The Score. You can tune in and catch North Douglas boys basketball coming up tomorrow. All right, second half action just about to get underway. Roseburg's going to need the offense to pick it up big time. Trailing right now by 17. It's been as much as a 21-point deficit for the Tribe. This Jesuit team led by head coach Gene Potter. He is, in 30 years as a coach, 631 and 200 his overall record. He has won 7 state titles here at Jesuit High School. Most recent was back in 2019. If they can get a win here tonight, they would most likely be looking forward to a rematch against West Lynn in the second round. Last year, West Lynn knocked Jesuit out of the playoffs. Jesuit also had a narrow loss against West Lynn earlier this season in the regular season. All right, 8 minutes on the clock. Jesuit basketball now moving left to right in their home white jerseys. Roseburg in the black. Will be moving right to left on your radio dial. Out on the left side, they have the give and go. Pull up for the jumper, knocked it down, and Rafalovic will get his first points of the second half, and Jesuit will start right where they left off. Fullerton, Stedman, Williams, Mendoza, and Wilder on the floor. Behind the back dribble, pull up for the jumper, off the mark for Fullerton, who's just had a tough time seeing it fall through tonight. Crane's going to race up the floor for Jesuit, throws it high off the glass, and an awkward shot for Isaiah Crane. He gets his 4th point, make that 7th point of the night. Loose ball nearly taken away by Jesuit. Roseburg gets it back. Underhand, back out to Wilder for a 3. Off the mark, no whistle as he got bowled over. Rebound underneath, picked up by Smith. They make that Collins into the corner for Smith, and he'll hit the 3. And Jesuit not messing around to start out the third quarter, leading by 24. Out to Stedman, handed off to Mendoza. Mendoza looking to try and get something going. He'll go with the Euro step, lays it in. He's got 8. First points of the second half for Roseburg. With the made basket, Roseburg will use the full court press. Weaving his way up the floor, Rafalovic. He'll pass into the corner. Open look at a 3. Long. Underneath, long rebound. Roth will track it down to the corner. He'll drive. Almost traveled into the corner. A 3. That one is good by Collins. His 4th in the ball game. He got 2 looks at it there. 40-15. Wilder hands it off. Deep 3 by Fullerton. Finally sees one go through. Man, if he can get going, Roseburg could use that. Got to get something started. Stedman marking Crane. He races up the floor, dumps it over the top of the defense, and an easy lay-in. Cade Collins, this time inside the perimeter, makes it 42-18. Right side, Fullerton looks to drive, draws a double team. His lay-in too short, but a blocking foul called against Jesuit. That'll be Cade Collins on the call. First foul of the second half. And it'll be the first on Cade Collins. It'll be the first free throws of the ball game. Neither team with a free throw in the first half. And Hunter Fullerton will make the first of 2 free throws. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Flyway Travel. When you get ready to take that dream trip, contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner in these complicated travel times. Call them at 672-5701. Second free throw, no good. Right iron, rebound tipped around. Fullerton will track it down. He drives in and will get the lay-in to fall. And that is a quick 6 points for Hunter Fullerton. To the left side, nearly lost the ball, lost out of bounds. It stays with Jesuit. Jesuit will keep it on the far side of the floor. Henry Smith. Racing it up, Crane. Back out to Rafalovic, who nails a three. Rafalovic makes it 45-21. Driving in the middle, Micah Mendoza. He's got another two. Roseburg trying to stay with him here, down by 22. Up the floor, nearly lost it out of bounds on the far side. Jesuit keeps it. Fight for a loose ball underneath, nearly taken away by Boston Williams, but he'll get whistled for the foul. Boston will pick up his first.
Boston Williams, his first. Team's first of the second half. Ball out of bounds to Jesuit.
It'll be Jesuit basketball after the foul. Crane inbounds to the right side. Rafalovic driving in. Jump shot, fall away, and that one will fall through. 47-23. And a foul going up on the other side. Roseburg getting aggressive with the offense here.
Patrick Kelly, the foul, his first, second team foul.
So it'll be the second team foul on Jesuit. Free throw. Good for Jace Wilder. Wilder puts through the first one of two. Second free throw coming up as Roseburg trailing by 23, make it 22. Wilder with his first points of the game. In the backcourt, pass across the floor by Davies. Back out to the top. On the left side, Rafalovic with it to the right side. Gaston into the corner for Davies. I believe we're back on the airwaves with the radio here. We'll double check on that. We had some internet connectivity issues there. Abby back in the studio. If we are back on, if you could just let me know in my ear. Foul underneath. It's Jace Wilder with the foul underneath. Sorry about the disconnection there on the radio side. Inbound for Jesuit. Roseburg with two team fouls now. Rafalovic drives in. He'll draw a whistle, no bucket. Before the shot, the foul by Roseburg. Roseburg has trailed by as many as 25. Micah Mendoza will pick up his third. That could be trouble there for Roseburg. Inbound out to the top, a whole jumbled mess. And the scrum into the back court, and it's an over and back call against Jesuit. So Roseburg with some defensive pressure will force a turnover by the Crusaders. It'll be Roseburg basketball on their own baseline. Substitution, no. Baseline to the right side. Inbound to Bentia, who is checked in. Bentia tries to attack with the left hand just off the mark with some pressure all around him. Up the floor, Jesuit leading this one, 47-25. Pass right side, Rafalovic. Marked by Bentia, going to drive right side. He goes through two defenders, but they call a foul on Stedman. Stedman trying to signal for the offensive. Instead, he gets called for the block. That is, actually they put it on Bentia for his first, fourth team foul against Roseburg. Inbound from the baseline for Jesuit, leading by 22. Right corner, Davies out to the top, Rafalovic. Into the corner for Collins. Collins, left-hand dribble, pulls up for the right elbow jumper. No. Crane underneath gets the rebound. Double team on him. Almost had it poked away. He keeps with it. Collins driving in, got right to the rim. He skies up there to finish with the left hand. 49-25. On the left side, Oha, who's checked into the game, hands it off to Mendoza. Mendoza crossover, goes back to his left, throws up a wild shot off the mark. Wanted contact, didn't get the call. Up the floor, Crane over Oha. No whistle either way. Crane will get another 2. 51-25. Largest lead now at 26. Fullerton drives left side, one-on-one, got contact as he goes up, and Hunter Fullerton will go back to the free throw line. Foul called against Cade Collins, his second. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Free throw is good for Fullerton. Second free throw here coming up for Fullerton. He's got 7 in the period. And he'll get them both. 52-26. Up the floor, wide open as they break the press, but Roth can't get it to fall. And Jesuit, though, gets a second look at it. Crane lost it for a minute. Defender ended up on the ground. Bentia lost his footing and gets caught grabbing at the defender. It'll be underneath the basket for Jesuit as Bentia picks up his second here in the third. Inbound from the near sideline. 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Back out to Rafalovic. Right side, Davies. Working against Fullerton. Hands it off. Rafalovic on the wing. Roseburg with their zone defense right now. Rafalovic gets Wilder on him. He'll drive in. Had it poked away by Oha. Roseburg gets the steal. Mendoza up the floor to Bentia. Into the middle. Out to Oha. Catch and shoot. Deep three. Oh, just a little short for Mark. And a foul called on the rebound against Roseburg. Fullerton will pick up his first. That is the 6th on Roseburg here in the second half. Roseburg trying to pressure in the backcourt a bit. Crane working near midcourt. Pass across the way. Rafalovic double team. He'll find the open man in the middle. Back out to Crane. Crossover left side. The runner drops in. Isaiah Crane, another 2 for him. 54-26. Make that 53-27. I gave the wrong point to somebody at one point there. 53-27 our score. Ball poked away from Oha. No whistle. Up the floor. And a lay-in for Rafalovic. Makes it 55-28. Fullerton, right side. High off the glass. No. Davies with the rebound. Up to Roth. No, his shot didn't want to go, but a whistle. They call that one on Mendoza. That is his 4th. Frustrating night tonight for Micah Mendoza. He has got make that 10 in this ball game. And to the line will go Peyton Roth. First free throw for the righty is no good. Some notes on Micah Mendoza. He needs 14 points tonight to become the 5th Roseburg player to ever score 500 points in a season. And if he were to finish with 29 points tonight, he would move into a tie for 10th all-time in career scoring at Roseburg High. The young man has had a pretty illustrious career so far, and it'll be interesting to see what his senior season has in store for us next year. Second free throw for Roth, no good. A rebound out of bounds to Roseburg. Empty trip to the free throw line for Jesuit, but they lead this one by 28. Their largest lead of the game. 1:22 to go in the third. Right side, handed off. Fullerton to the free throw line, driving in, gets it around the outstretched arms of Cade Collins. Hunter Fullerton, that senior, looking to try and go out on a high note. Finally seeing the ball go through the hoop. On the right side, Collins, pass into the middle, make the extra pass underneath, and Roth with the double clutch shot. Peyton Roth will get his first points of the night, 57-29. Fullerton, a deep three. That one off the front of the iron underneath. Crane with the rebound. 50 seconds to play. Up the floor, Crane. He'll pull up for the wide open three. That one's short. Rebound long, tipped out to Roseburg. 43.7 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Roseburg trailing by 28. Deficit has grown And a foul on a three-point shot. Asher Friedenberg goes to the turf as Peyton Roth will commit the foul, his second. That'll be the fourth team foul against Jesuit here in the third quarter. Free throws for Asher Friedenberg. He'll get 3 of them total. Friedenberg, a 67% free throw shooter, misses the first. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Friedenberg gets a second. Roseburg scored 17 in the period, but 27 on the other side for Jesuit as they found their offense after a 7-point second quarter. Third free throw here for Friedenberg, the junior. Will get 2 out of 3. 57-31 with 32 seconds to go in the third quarter. Smith to Crane, who brings it across the timeline into the corner for Collins. Tries to drive baseline, gets cut off by Trey Finlayson. The senior is checked into the game. Lob across the floor to Gaston. Back to Crane here on the right side. He'll hold 13 seconds. Found a seam, gets right to the rim and lays it in. Crane with a big third quarter. And Jesuit will pressure a bit in the backcourt. 3 seconds, 2 seconds across half court. A 3 by Stedman, and he knocks it in.
Count the basket, a three-pointer.
Carter Stedman's been able to do that a few times this season. He knocks one down from just beyond half court. And we go to the fourth quarter with Roseburg trailing in this one 59-34. Back after this 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Roseburg basketball to start out the fourth quarter of tonight's ball game. They trail big, looking for a bit of a miracle here to finish this one out. Fullerton gets it on the right side. He had a big third quarter, lobs it into the corner to Finlayson. 10 points in the third quarter for Fullerton. Williams gets it. Shot off the mark for Roseburg, and down with it is Jesuit. 7.5 to go in this one. Roseburg season on the line here in the fourth quarter. A 3 way off the mark by Collins underneath. Roth with the rebound and the putback. 61-34. Up the right side, Stedman faked the handoff to Fullerton. Now Fullerton gets clear at the top, drives right side, and Poe goes off of 1 foot and gets it to roll over the front of the iron for 2. That one an awkward shot. Up the floor, left side, hesitation. One-hand pass to Gasson on the right side. Crane out at the top, will drive left, pulls up for the jumper, and swishes that through. 63-36. Right side. Fake the handoff to Finlayson. Look for the open man, the baseline cutter. Friedenberg gets it in the left block, looks for help out to the left side for Williams. Out to Fullerton. Fullerton crossover, goes right into Cade Collins, gets called for a travel. Turns it over. Roseburg basketball on the score brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And our playoff presenting sponsor this season is Toppin Express. Pizzas, wraps, salads, breakfast, and more. Check them out at toppinexpress.com to see their menu. New place there by Roseburg High. 63-36, lob up the floor. Patrick Kelly back into the game. Gaston will get it out to Rafalovic at the top. Jesuit looking to salt away the clock here in the fourth quarter, leading big. A 27-point lead. Right side, Crane gets to the rim, will lay it in. Crane with 4 points in the period, 65-36. Stedman goes right side. Tried to excel around the edge as he faked the handoff. It's taken away by Crane, though. 6 minutes to go. Crane behind the back dribble. Out at the top. Gets it to Gaston on the right side. Gaston working against Trey Finlayson, getting extended minutes here in the fourth quarter. A three from the left side. No. Rebound pulled down by Stedman. Carter up the floor to Vredenberg. Goes right to the left side of the iron, and it's off. Just missed the mark on that one. Rafalovic, deep three, steps into it and knocks it down for his second of the ball game. That one was from way outside. 32-point game. And a turnover by Roseburg again. Roseburg going to get some seniors out there. Mark Oha checking back in as Gaston drives in and with the left hand will kiss it off the glass. Deshaun Gaston gets his first points of the game, 70-36. Right side, a three by Boston Williams. Back iron, no. Mendoza tries to tip the rebound. Can't quite get to it. Gaston brings it up the floor. Bounce it left side. That ball poked out of the hands of Gavin Gross, who's come into the ball game. Owen Bentia and Mark Oha will check in. Jace Wilder will get back into the game. Vredenberg will head to the bench. So does Carter Stedman and Trey Finlayson. A couple of seniors heading to the bench here with 4:30, and the running clock has started here in this fourth quarter now that the lead has eclipsed 30 points. Inbound pass went right to Micah Mendoza. He'll race up the floor, gets it to Bentia. The assist for Micah Mendoza. You know he wanted to try and get out there for a possible dunk, and he just could not quite get out in front of the defense. Up the floor now, Gavin Gross will get Chase Wilder on his back. Wilder went up and over the top of Gavin Gross, landed on his back, did a handstand. Thankfully nobody hurt, and Gavin Gross will go to the free throw line. Wilder picking up his second. Roseburg is over the limit, so Jesuit in the bonus here. This will be a 1-and-1 for Gross. He'll earn a second as he hits the first. Roseburg basketball also brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. Second one also good for Gross. 72-38. Jesuit pulling away and looking to win this one comfortably today against Roseburg. Underhand pass left side. Bentia takes it to the top at the free throw line. Gets around the corner. The scoop shot just off. Davies down with the rebound. The senior will push it up the floor for the Crusaders. Into the front court. Backs it out against Oha. Drives right side. Pass in the corner. Bounce back to Davies. Taken away by Bentia. Bentia behind the back dribble. Gets up into the front court. Off the rim. And there's a foul called. 3:30 and counting as we do have the running clock here in the second half. Once it gets to 30 points in the second half, the running clock starts and cannot be stopped. At the line, Bentia will hit the first. I guess they're going to stop it for free throws. Not sure if that was... I'm not going to complain about him stopping the clock. Boston Williams will get a round of applause as he goes to the bench, the senior checking out of the game. Second free throw for Bentia, rims out. 72-39. Back out to the top with the basketball, Curvey. Tyler Curvey checking in for the first time. Left side, Aiden Cooney. Into the corner, pull-up jumper off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Curvey. Keegan Cleary getting some action here in the fourth quarter. Another senior for Roseburg getting an opportunity. 7 seniors on this team is Oha. One of them nearly gets a steal. Stays with Jesuit. Handoff, left side. Right-hand dribble for Larson. Tried to pass it into the corner for Hudson Ramo, who has come in. And off of his hands and out of bounds. 2:44 to play. Oha will bring it up the floor. The left side. Driving in, Bentia gets hit. And will head to the free throw line.
Jake Larson, the person with his first 6th team foul. At the line to shoot 2, Owen Bentia.
Owen Bentia will go to the free throw line. Just was there. He was 1 of 2 at the stripe. He gets the first.
And the ball game for the Indians, number 30, Asher Vredenberg.
Vredenberg will check in. So does Vincent Ash. Well, dear style, efficiency, and performance. Glad we're on the same team this season and every season. Let's keep huddling up and going for it. Toyota, let's go places. Second free throw for Bentia, no good. He remains 50% at the line. Bringing the ball up the floor is Curvy. Out on the right side, Ramo with it. Pass across the floor, almost taken away by Cleary, then almost stolen by Bentia, and underneath, Jake Larson, the senior, will get 2, his first point, 74-40. Mendoza working at the top, will go left side, and he will get his first bucket here in the fourth quarter, 74-42. Racing up the floor, Curvy, back to the left hand, out to the left side. Ramo, a corner 3. Got it.
Hudson Ramo.
Ramo coming up after the JV team getting a moment. Mendoza drives in, kicks out. That ball not going to make it to its target. I thought maybe it had gotten tipped. Jesuit leading 77-42, down to 1:22 to go. Pass right side, a 3 off the mark underneath the rebound for Kelly. Knocked out of his hands, Cooney. That stays with Jesuit. Curvy will give it up to Larson. Larson right side, going to drive against Cleary. Stop, turnaround jumper, and Larson getting 4 points here in the fourth quarter. Up the floor on the right side, Mendoza too strong with the lay-in. And we're down to 54 seconds to go. On the left side, throwing it at the rim, in and out of the hands on the rebound. Gavin Gross lost it there. Roseburg will get it. 44 seconds to go. Substitution. Julian Lopez will get a chance to see the floor in tonight's playoff game. Lopez, a junior guard, swing player. 30 seconds to go. Micah Mendoza will get it. Pulls up at the mid-block into the corner. Bentia. And Bentia will lay it in. 79-44, 19 seconds to play with the basketball. Cooney, pass up the floor to the right side. Ramo going to launch another 3, well off the mark there underneath. Fight for it. Vredenberg can't pull it in. 6 seconds to go. And Jesuit will be moving on to the second round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 6A state playoffs. Tough night tonight for the Roseburg boys as they will finish out their season with a 79-44 loss against the Jesuit Crusaders. And they will head home. 16-9 overall season this year for the Roseburg boys. One of their best seasons as of late, but unfortunately it finishes here in the first round of the state playoffs once again. We'll have a post-game show coming up here after a 3-minute timeout. It's a 3-minute break coming up here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate.
Mountain Mike's. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Back here at Jesuit High School, where the season unfortunately comes to an end tonight for your Roseburg boys basketball team. Going on the road, never easy. Jesuit, a program with plenty of history, and tonight Roseburg, a cold start to the game and just a hole that they could not quite dig themselves out of this evening. And they will finish out the season with a 16-9 record. And they will, that is one of the best seasons, most wins in a season under head coach Jordan Humphreys, as well as most wins in a season since back in the 2012-2013 season when Roseburg finished with 18 wins. So 2 straight years where Roseburg's in the postseason. Obviously, the program looking to build something here, and they are moving in the right direction under head coach Jordan Humphrey. Let's go ahead and pause real quick. 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on The Score.
Event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 14 Night of the Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Back here at Jesuit High School, here we wrap things up, our final segment of the post-game show. Again, let's do this here. Let's pause for 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on The Score. All right, taking a look at your final numbers here for the Jesuit Crusaders tonight. Leading scorer with 18, leading three players in double figures is Cade Collins, 17 for Isaiah Crane, and 16 for Nico Rafalovich. Then let's see here, 9 points for Henry Smith, and 4 points for Peyton Roth, for Jake Larson, 3 points for Hudson Ramo, 2 points for Owen Davies, for Deshaun Gaston, Patrick Kelly, and Gavin Gross. Your scores there for the Crusaders as they win tonight 79-44. In double figures, Micah Mendoza and Hunter Fullerton for Roseburg, your two leading scorers all season long, and they do it again here tonight. An off night for Micah, though. Only 12 points in tonight's ball game. Not a bad night by any stretch of the imagination, but he had come in averaging over 20 points a game and held in check here this evening. Hunter Fullerton, he got up a lot of shots, was just kind of cold to get started, finally caught fire with 10 points in the third quarter and finishes with 12 here tonight. 9 points for Owen Bentia, who got a nice finish in the fourth quarter. 5 points for Carter Stedman, a big shot just at the end of the third quarter. 4 points for Asher Friedenberg and 2 points for Jace Wilder. And that is your scoring here tonight. So that is a look at how this game finished out here tonight. It was Jesuit from start to finish. Roseburg didn't score until 4:54 to go in the first quarter, trailed 23-6 at the end of the first, and they just were unable to really close the gap. They held Jesuit even in the second quarter, but then were down by 8. They were outscored by 8 in the third quarter and outscored by 10 in the fourth quarter. So a tough way to finish out a very good season for Roseburg. Hopefully something to continue to build off of. And we'll see where things go from here for the Roseburg boys. Again, we want to say thanks to our playoff presenting sponsor, Top It Express. Pizza, wraps, salad, breakfast, and more. Walk up and drive up, or you could order online. Try Top It Express, now open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. till 8 p.m. across from Roseburg High next to Dutch Bros. Visit topitexpress.com to check out their menu. Also want to let you know that for over 45 years, Pacific Office Automation has remained locally owned and operated, supporting the community, people, and places that matter. That's why Pacific Office Automation continues to sponsor the OSAA year after year. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved. Well, yeah, just a tough way to finish this one out tonight, unfortunately, for Roseburg. But we will hopefully continue to see progression with the program. Obviously, next year is another opportunity for Roseburg to continue to build off of what head coach Jordan Humphreys has been able to do with this team. So we'll see where things go from here, but a strong season, something plenty of these seniors have plenty to be excited about. Looking at the 17-years that have played their final game for Roseburg, Mark Oha, Carter Stedman, Jace Wilder, Trey Finlayson, Keegan Cleary, Boston Williams, and Hunter Fullerton. That definitely is sad to say goodbye to that group, a big group there that have been with this program since Jordan Humphreys took over 4 years ago. Now they say goodbye to the program. Season that should hopefully be well honored in the upcoming Southwest Conference All-League Awards, which should be announced here coming soon. And we'll see, but I do believe those young men, there should be at least a few of them that get onto that all-conference award list there out of that senior group. It was a lot of fun to watch them this year, and wish them the best of luck going forward wherever life takes you. It's always hard to wrap up a season and finish things off. It's, you work up throughout things the whole way, and now suddenly it's all done. So we'll see where things go from here. But as for tonight, again, your final score 79-44 to wrap things up for the Roseburg boys basketball team. Jesuit moves on. They will face the winner of West Lynn and Century. West Lynn, the number 1 overall seed. Century, the number 32 seed. Most likely it'll be West Lynn and Jesuit squaring off in the second round coming up on Saturday. Good luck to both of those teams there. But our playoff coverage will not finish here. Coming up tomorrow, we'll have coverage of the North Douglas boys in the quarterfinals of the 1A state playoffs, as we'll get a feed from the OSAA for that one. We'll have coverage right here on the Score for you as we get that on the airways around 3:10 coming up tomorrow. And also tomorrow, you've got Sutherland basketball. The Sutherland girls are at the quarterfinals as well. And they are going to be playing tomorrow against Pleasant Hill. And that'll be, I believe, an 8:15 pregame show on I-101 FM. So stay tuned for that. Our postseason playoff coverage, again, brought to you by Toppet Express. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game here in this one. And I'm going to give it to Hunter Fullerton, who kept with it and came alive in the second half. Finishes with 12 points, a team high. But unfortunately, season comes to an end. Hunter Fullerton is your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game here tonight. All right, we're going to wrap it up here as they're packing things away at the gym. We'll get ready to do so and make the long trek home. Want to say thank you to everybody this season. Let's start out with the Jesuit Crusaders. Big thanks to them for hosting us for today's playoff game. I really appreciate it, and to the OSAA for allowing us to bring you this playoff matchup here on the Score. Want to say thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Jordan Humphreys, and the entire Roseburg boys basketball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on the Score. Thanks to Abby Knight back in the studio for the radio production here today. She's done great all season long. Appreciate her and all of her hard work. Abby, thank you very much for another great game here tonight. And helping out here on site with the video production, thanks to Ash, Harrison, and DJ for helping out running the camera. Appreciate all of the guys from the JV and freshman teams that helped out with running a video camera on the road for us throughout the season. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We will talk to you guys coming up. Our next broadcast of Roseburg High Sports is going to be the start of the baseball season coming up March 14th. Fingers crossed weather will cooperate with us there. So tune in for that as we get the Roseburg baseball season underway. We hope to have some coverage of other spring sports as things go along as well. So always stay tuned to the latest schedule for your local broadcasts posted online at 541radio.com. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here from Jesuit High School. I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday night, and we'll look forward to bringing you more Roseburg High sports coming up during the spring sports season. This has been Roseburg Boys Basketball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.